Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga, etc. And I'm here today to begin the review for Sakamoto Days Manga Chapter 447. So last chapter we are left off with the cliffhanger, yeah, that Sakamoto can no longer slim down. And now I previously thought that the granny had something to do with it, but I quickly dismissed that idea, thinking that why would the granny do something that would hinder Sakamoto in any way? And within this chapter, we learned that in fact it was the granny, and she didn't do it to hinder him in any way. But she did it rather to. The thing is, because I don't want to say boost him, because the way I see it is that he's now using his natural body in a better way. But based on what she says, what we find out that she's told to Shin and Lu, it doesn't make sense to me. And if you have made more sense of it than I am going to explain it right now, then please let me know in the comment section below. So within this chapter, the granny tells Lu and Shin that in his fat mode, he's at his 30% potential rates, meaning that he's 30% of what of his prime, yeah. So meaning that when he slims down, he's either closer to what he can do in his prime or at his prime. I'm going to say closer to his prime because I think it was mentioned by the granny as well that that's just regarding his weight and blah blah blah. Blah. So like not being active, rust would still be there as well. So if he is closer to his prime when he slims down, where does he lie now with his unlocked potential of his fat mode? If you understand what I'm trying to say. Well, basically what I'm trying to get at here is now is that before what the granny did, he was at 30%. Let's say the granny unlocked another 50% with the elbow, you understand? And then, so he'd be at 50% now at all times. But what about when he slims down? What about when he slims down, he's more, so say at 80% or 70% or maybe 90%, whatever the number. If it's more than when he's in fat mode, why would she do what she did? So that's what I'm thinking. That's where my confusion lies for the chapter. But basically, the whole chapter is the fight going on. Sakamoto thinking, why can't I slim down? He's thinking to himself, what did the granny do to me? As the granny is explaining things to Shin and Lu, on the flip side, Sakamoto is coming to the conclusion for himself, realizing he's got some potential unlocked. He goes all at it with this killer, and now he gives him a hefty blow. And at the end of the chapter, Sakamoto says, wow, you're pretty tough. You're still in this thing. Haven't had to fight this long in a very long time. Showing us, or at least telling us, that at least out of every opponents that Sakamoto's fight has fought so far, this one's the strongest. This one's got the most potential, whatever. Still think he's going to go down very easy. But that's basically been outlined to us. And then, based on what the killer says, it seems like we are good. Based on what the killer says and what Sakamoto said straight after that, when he was like, oh, this seems like it's going to take some while. It seems like we are going to go into a pretty hefty, I'm guessing at least a chapter long, which is quite long for Sakamoto Days worth of flashback on this killer. And now I could be wrong, but the main reason for the flashbacks is for us, the audience, to grow attachments to these characters. Agreed? Thank you. But because I don't see this killer playing more of a important role down the line, not really interested in his backstory, let's kill him off now. Let's kill him off now. If he's not going to be important later on, we don't need the backstory, don't need to grow an attachment. Just do with him. Just do with him. There's no need for any of all of that. But that's essentially what we get within this chapter. pretty standard Sakamoto stuff, so I'm going to give it a 3-star rating. And like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.